Today I wanted to share with you guys some quick thoughts, some speed reviews on products that I have been testing. Some of these are major hits, some misses, some are super new, some are older. Whatever the case, I hope you guys find it helpful and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and speed review some makeup products. Starting off, I just realized I forgot to put on a gloss, so I'm going to pop on the first product, the Persona Day Mask Peptide Lip Balm. First things first, I love the applicator. It has a sort of scooped concave, like scooped applicator, which really just hugs the lips perfectly. So applying it is a dream. Aside from the packaging, I do love the formula of this. It has a slight tint to it. I have the shade June, which is a warm brown nude. It just gives the perfect wash of color to the lip. It's thick, but not too thick to where it feels heavy or sticky on the lips. And it is very hydrating, so I'm a big fan. I've been loving this, wearing it like crazy. It's been in my purse. It's been in my kitchen drawer to like just pop on randomly throughout the day. It's really great. Another lip product I have been thoroughly enjoying, the Ravie Beauty Effortless Lips. I have two shades, Poppy and Zinnia. Zinnia is one of the newest launches in the line. It's like a cool tone mauve brown that's a little bit deeper, and I just think it's so beautiful for like a grungy autumnal makeup look. I love the packaging of these. They're really slim. They don't take up a lot of space. They're very sleek. I like the finish of this on the lips. It is a sheer formula, but it's buildable, so you can customize the pigment to the look or whatever you're feeling for the day. I also love how it has a little bit of a glossy finish, so you don't have to put on a gloss on top if you don't want to. I have two critiques, and they're just small things. One, if you are a dry girl like me who has nasty, crusty lips, make sure you exfoliate your lips before putting these on, because they do tend to cling on to dry patches. So it can look a little bit patchy or uneven because the pigment's going to bunch up around your dry, cracky lips. And the other thing is it doesn't wear the longest. Not a huge deal. Most lip glosses, tinted lip balms don't wear super long. I do wish they just wore slightly longer. Other than that, I think it's a beautiful formula, and I really love the shade selection. Let's just stick to Ravie Beauty. I also have been trying out the Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush. I have the shade Paradise. I am such a sucker for a baked blush. They just look so healthy on the skin. They are usually very glowy but not glittery, and they're just so beautiful, and this blush is no exception. It's gorgeous. It is more of a buildable formula, I would say, so if you're expecting a lot of pigment right out of the gate, this is not going to give it to you, but you can build it up to get a pretty punchy cheek if that is your desire. And I like this color for just everyday. It kind of goes with everything. It's like a bronzy pink. Love, love, love. I hope she expands the shade range, and I hope that there are some more punchy colors, because while I do enjoy a buildable formula, I also like a lot of blush. So I don't always want to have to build it up, but that's just like a personal preference thing. Aside from that, I think the formula is beautiful. It blends out like a dream, and it wears all day long. This is an older product from L'Oreal. This is their 24-hour infallible fresh wear blush in the shade 20 Daring Rosewood. I picked this up because it just looks like the most gorgeous color for fall. I mean, doesn't this look like fall? It screams fall to me, and I'm a huge fan of the Infallible line from L'Oreal. The Infallible bronzer is one of my favorites. I love the Infallible powder foundation. L'Oreal just makes some really nice powder products. And this blush, if you want a pigmented blush, go no further than this. Like the bronzer, a very velvety, smooth, creamy, just gorgeous consistency, and there you go. You can see how pigmented it is, but it does blend out beautifully, and because it is a powder, it wears all day long. If you have a deeper complexion, or if you just like a little bit more oomph to your blush, these are amazing. Let's switch tracks away from blush for a second and talk about another L'Oreal product, another infallible product, this time the highlighter. This one is in the shade 05 Icy Gold. This is a really unique highlighter because it's super icy in the pan. It looks almost white, but it has a little bit of a golden undertone, which is very unique. A lot of times really white, light highlighters like this often have a more cool undertone, like a pink, a blue, even a purple sometimes. So I really like that this one is very fair, which suits my complexion in the fall and winter, but it does have a little bit of warmth to it, which I just find to be a little bit more flattering on me personally. It's not super intense, and I do have other favorites from the drugstore that I prefer. I wish it was a little bit more intense for my personal preferences and just a little bit smoother on the skin, but overall I think it's a really nice pickup. If you're wearing a full face of makeup like this, do not wear white pants like I did, because I literally have makeup fingerprints all over my pants. I have regrets. All right, jumping back to blush, let's finish it off with two more powder blushes from the drugstore. This one from Catrice. This is their Air Blush Glow, and I have the shade Berry Haze. This is fine. I love the shade of it. I think it looks really pretty on the cheeks. I just can't get over the smell of this. There's something, ugh. It smells like rotten Play-Doh. I just can't do it. I'm gonna have to get rid of this. If the formula was like something super remarkable, maybe I could look past it, but it's just not that. So I'm not going to put myself through that. And then the other blush is this ombre blush from Lottie London. I have the shade Red Hot. I guess it's called an ombre because there's a subtle gradient, orangey red to a deeper red down here. It's very subtle. These are very pigmented. They're a matte finish, so if you like a matte, smooth, blurring blush on the cheeks, I think you would like this. They are very pigmented, but not as creamy or velvety feeling as the L'Oreal. A little bit drier, not bad, but not my all-time favorite. I think if you find a shade that works for you, you're not gonna be disappointed, but I don't think it's gonna blow your socks off either. A bronzer that I really like, okay, first of all, the packaging of this looks like a little tiny pebble. It's so cute and fat. I mean, to store this, it is a little bit of a pain because it is a little chunk, but I think it's so cute. And I really do like the twist off cap. In some ways, again, it's not very practical because you could lose this if you are a klutz like me. It could like fall off your bathroom counter, your cat could knock it under your bed, and then you're like, crap, I don't have a lid for this because it doesn't stay attached. So just be careful you don't lose the lid. And also, if you're like in a hurry trying to do your makeup, you gotta untwist it and you gotta find somewhere to put this. I don't know. I like the concept, but in actuality, it might not be the most practical. Aside from the packaging, this is, did I even say what this was? The Dibs, the Duet Baked Bronzer Duo. Again, I love a baked product. I'm a sucker for a baked blush, a baked bronzer. This is gorgeous. It's a very thin formula like most baked products are, and it does give you that luminous, healthy glow to the skin, which I just love and I can't get enough of. I have the lightest shade in Vanilla Latte, so you get more of a lighter tone over here and then a slightly deeper like marbled tone over here. I usually just swirl my brush through all of it, if I'm being honest. It's a split pan, but you'd have to have a really small brush to use one or the other. So I honestly just use them both. I will say, if you're going to buy this product, that it's probably better to go up a shade from what you think. This shade does work for me, but it's almost too light. It's very, very sheer, so I have to build it up quite a bit to get it to show up on my skin. But if you have very, very fair skin, that might be amazing for you. Just know that it's not the most pigmented bronzer ever, so you might want to go up a shade from what you think you'd be. But other than that, I love the finish. I also really like the tone of this. It's like that perfect neutral brown bronzer where it's not gray, it's not orange, it's not red, it's just the most perfect bronzy brown. The last blush I wanted to mention is from Juvias Place. These are, what is their name of this? I don't know the full name, but I have the shade Soft Tulip. It's just their liquid blush. Holy smokes, this is pigmented, okay? This is even more pigmented than the e.l.f. Camo blushes. It's very, very pigmented, almost to the point to where I'm like afraid to use this product. You need the tiniest little bit of this, like one little speck to cover your cheeks. So this will definitely last you a lifetime. So in that way, you definitely are getting a lot of value. My problem is that this is one of the lightest shades they offer, and I don't know if I'm just a dodo bird, but every time I try to apply this, it looks patchy on my skin. And I don't just dot it on directly. I've tried doing that, but I've also tried dotting it on the back of my hand, going in with my brush, making sure it's evenly coated on all the bristles, and then applying it, and somehow, some way, it still looks patchy. Not to the point where it's unwearable, but definitely to the point to where I'm like, I don't think I would pick up more colors. That could be because I have very fair skin right now. If you have more of a medium to deep skin tone, you might not run into that issue. So I'm not gonna say this is a terrible product, because I do appreciate that it is very pigmented, so it does cater to that audience. And I think the shade range is really pretty. I don't know. Again, it could be a me thing, but for me, every time I use it, it looks patchy. And I'm really sad because I didn't want that to be the case. Let me know in the comments, have you guys tried those Juvias Place blushes? Am I the only one that's running into this issue? Because I feel like everyone else loves them. The last two products though are favorites, so let's end on a high note, okay? First off is the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. Holy moly, this is going to give you that laminated, like electrocuted brow look all day long if that is what you want. This is probably the best brow gel from the drugstore that I've tried. That's a big statement, but I really do think it is. It dries down so it's not wet, it's not too thick, but it also is very, very strong and really does hold your brows. So if you have trouble finding a brow gel that really is going to keep your stubborn brow hairs at attention, check out this one from Maybelline. It's very, very good. And the little brush is nice. It's nice and tiny, so you don't find yourself making a mess all over your face. The last product is probably my most favorite recent discovery, and I know I'm late to the party on this one. This is the Tower 28 Swipe Right Concealer, I think it's called. Their serum concealer. I have the shade BU. Everyone and their mother was raving about this, or at least the people I watch on YouTube were raving about this when it first launched. They were saying, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. It gives you so much coverage, but it's hydrating, it's beautiful. And I was like, it sounds too good to be true. It's really good. It's very, very good. Very good, okay? It gives you high medium coverage, not quite full coverage, but you can almost get it there if you let it sit and let it dry down a little bit before you blend it out. The amount of coverage this gives for how natural this looks under the eyes is unlike any other concealer I've tried. I will say if you apply too much, it can get a little bit creasy, but you really don't need to apply that much. Just go in with a little bit, and I'm telling you, it will look so pretty under the eyes. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It just looks so pretty. It feels super lightweight. It's hydrating, but not greasy. It's not glowy. It does have a smoothing quality under the eyes. I don't know. It's just amazing. You have to try it. You literally have to try this. Okay. So yeah, those are all the products that I wanted to mention and give some quick speed reviews on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.